you save money by switching utility providers? And the answer is yes. In this video today, I'm going to talk about how much I saved on switching my utility provider for my electric and my gas for the last 6 months, and how I calculated this saving and how you can calculate how much you could have saved on your gas or your electric bill if you had it switched over. Let's get right into the numbers. How much did I save? I saved €273.35. I was very, very shocked. I was not expecting a savings of that much. So up on the screen here, I'm going to put up the first one, which is ESB. So as you can see from the ESB, I saved €123.72. So Bord Gáis was costing me 26 cents a unit and Iberola was costing me 20 cents a unit. So I calculated this by the amount of units that I had used from January to June, and that was 2,062 units. So Bord Gáis cost me €536 and Iberola cost me €440. So that's quite a big saving for 6 months. So now we're going to look at the gas figure. So the gas figures were 76 cents per unit for Bord Gáis and 61 cents per unit on Iberola. So the units we used was 998 units. That was €758 for Bord Gáis and €608 for Iberola, saving me €149.63 on gas. So the questions I have been asked is, how did I calculate how much it was costing me per unit? Now, I didn't go all deep into this. I took it very simply. I took the total amount on my gas bill and my ESB bill, the very total amount, including the units, the standing charges, discounts, VAT, everything. And I divided that by the amount of units I was being charged on a bill. So that gave me an overall picture of what I was being charged from that utility provider per unit used. And I did that on Bord Gáis, and I tested 2 or 3 bills just to make sure they were roughly average. And then I did the same on Iberola. I took the total and I divided by the units on the bill. To come up with the usage figure, I started watching my own usage, because you know on your bills they're like estimated and you very rarely get an accurate reading of your bills. So what I do is I take a meter reading every month. It may sound a bit obsessive or over the top or a lot of work, but it's actually not. It's very easy. I set an alarm on my phone for the last day of the month and it just says meter reading. So the alarm goes off and I go and I just take a picture of my meter reading on my ESB box and on my gas box. And then when I get a chance and I'm in my planner, then I just write them down. So I'll show you my planner actually. It's right here. It would help if I had the page. I don't here. So if you have a look, I just take ESB, the meter reading, and the difference between last month and this month. I did that every month for the 6 months, which gave me those figures for the readings, for the 2062 for the electric and the 998 for the gas. So now you're asking, how do I switch? It sounds really hard, really complicated. It is so easy nowadays. I know there's 3 companies, I believe, in Ireland that are regulated. So I used switcher.ie. There's also bonkers.ie, and there's a third one I can't think off the top of my head. So I went on to switcher.ie. You will need your MPRN number and an average usage for your house. And you can do that by looking at some of your old bills to get a rough estimate of your average. You just key that in and it will give you a list of options of how much you can save and what company. So if you have certain companies that you do or you don't like, you can choose that way as well. But it is that easy. And I would love that if you switch over, that you let me know, and let me know how much you've saved. And if you post on Instagram or you follow me there, use the hashtag P&F savings. I would love to see yous all making savings and then putting that money to use somewhere else in your budget, whether it be for paying debt or having fun. But look, we want that money in our pocket. I know I do. I don't want to give that money to utilities companies just because I thought it was a big deal to change over. No, I'm going to make that little bit of an effort because it's not that hard. And I'm going to keep that money and keep it in my pocket. So that's one side of it. We can switch over and we can save on our usage that way. And we can save how much we pay per unit. So then we start looking at the other side of it and going, how many units am I using? Have you ever thought of that? Do you know? I didn't. I had no clue. Not until I started this little challenge with myself in January. So because I was tracking it to see how much I was saving, then I started thinking, well, could I cut my usage down? Now, I don't want to go extreme cheapskate here or ultimate frugal, but just looking at the little things. We all kind of know how we can cut down our usage. But do we do it? Do we? I know I didn't. How many times have you filled your kettle and put it on to boil and then walked away and come back and put it on to boil again? Yeah, that was me. So that was one of the ways that I tried to cut down on my usage a little. I all know we're probably aware of how we can cut down on our usage, but I thought I'd just put a few in there just in case there's some here that I thought of that you mightn't have thought of. And if you can put down in the comments then some ideas that you have that I haven't mentioned but could be very helpful to other people watching this video and reading through the comments. So number one would be basically knocking off your lights when you are leaving a room. Or if you're just sitting in a room watching telly, knock off the main light and put a lamp on if you need a lamp on. Another thing that I found super helpful was just getting the kids out into the garden. And we go out into the garden just turning off the TV, turning off the electrics in the house and just going out in the garden to play for the day. Because I find my kids come in and they ask for the telly to be on. Put the telly on. And then they're gone. They're playing, they're colouring, they're doing something else, and they're not bothering with the TV. Yet you go to switch the TV off, and it's like, Mom, I was watching that. And I'm like, no, you weren't. So that's what I've tried to do. Just go out for the day or out into the garden. Just something simple. Don't go spending money. You're meant to be saving money. So have a no spend day, okay? Free activities. So hang your clothes out on the line to dry as much as possible. I try to hang my clothes out to dry as much as possible or hang them in the house, and I just throw them in the dryer for about 10 or 15 minutes just to air them at the end and kind of make them fluffy and take out the creases, because I also don't do ironing. So I suppose I'm saving there. See, saving. I don't do ironing. I'm saving on electric. Can't wink. Yeah. Okay. We have a dishwasher in our house and we actually don't use it. Now, this is not to save on electric. We just actually prefer, myself and my husband, washing dishes rather than using the dishwasher. I actually don't know why we got the dishwasher. Handy for parties. But yeah, if you do use your dishwasher, make sure it's full before you put it on. If you need spoons or forks, maybe buy a few extra or take them out and manually wash them. But try to hold off putting on that dishwasher until it's a full load. And so then we have locking the house down at night. Turn off all those switches. The only switch I leave on in my house at night is the Wi-Fi. It's terrible because we're going up to bed and we're still scrolling. So the Wi-Fi gets left on in my house. But what I've started doing actually is switching those switches off during the day, like the toaster. I'm finished with it. I know I'm not going to use it, so I'm switching it off. And the microwave, once we stopped using that, I started switching that off. Where before they were kind of left on for the whole day, and then I'd go around at night switching everything off. So all switched off from throughout the day, and hopefully you can save a little bit that way. Now, as you can see, I'm going to put my usage up here. And as you can see on my usage on my gas and on my ESB bill has gone down every month. But now I'm also taking into account that it could be coming down because it's coming into the summer. We're not using our heating, which is gas. And we're not using our lights on as much, which would reduce our ESB. So I'd be eager to see what happens next year. So I'd like to continue monitoring my usage next year as well and seeing the comparable month on month each year. See, I'm a total nerd, guys. I'm warning you. Numbers, data. Yeah, I can get a little bit obsessive, but I hope my obsessiveness is helpful for you guys. So if you're enjoying this video with my nerdiness and my numbers and my obsessiveness, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you'd like more information on the little ways that you can save and have more money in your pocket. Take care, everybody. Bye.